can put you on a flight. You know that a nigga like me can change your life, oh baby. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby. Yo, give me lit. Hoes on my phone when they find out that I'm rich. Then they switch when they say I'm choosing on my bitch. Top down, got her doing donuts on the dick, yeah. Pause for the flick. Damn it, bust it, baby, watch you do it on the split. She don't need no hands or no bands, do your dance. Poppin' rubber bands, hit the dash, make it fast. Yo, waiting by me phone just to dick it down, down. Let me put it down, down. Now put it down, down. Watch me put it down, down. Put it down, down. Trips to your crib in the middle of the night. I know that you miss me as I put it down right. Damn, babe, I can put you on a flight. You know that a nigga like me can change your life, oh baby. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby.
Let's get right to work. Work, 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 work. Work, 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 work. Work, 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 work. Let's get right to work.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, we are here. Thank you for joining me for yet another week here on Sippin the Montie. I, of course, am Montie. Welcome. Hey, it's a good sign that you're here. If you're here, that means you made it through another week. Let me just make sure everything is up and going so everybody can see everything. Okay, so yeah. So, anyways, how was your week? How's everybody's week been going? My week was pretty mellow. Just worked, hung out with some friends. Didn't do too much of anything. I keep a relatively, low profile. I try to keep, stress out of my life mainly. For the most part, I don't really have anything too stressful going on. Don't have a relationship now. You know, during the time when I did have that relationship that I had, the marriage, that was the most stressful time in my life on a consistent basis. You know how we all have stresses, and then stress comes and goes. Well, that was a consistent stress. And now that I don't have that around anymore, everything's pretty zen. I burn a lot of candles, burn a lot of incense, burn a lot of CBD, greeneries, things like that. Things that make you, things that soothe the soul and keep you calm. I definitely have, a lot of that in rotation. So that is definitely, something, you know, good. I definitely enjoy where things are currently. And I look forward to keeping things going smooth. When I got the stress out of my life, I kind of like my creativity opened up. My goofiness, my ability to communicate with you guys on this platform, on my social media, like everything just kind of got better. And not saying that if I get in another relationship or rekindle that one or whatever the case may be, whatever happens, I don't know. Life is crazy. Life is unpredictable. Who knows what may or may not happen? Um, you know, I'm not saying that, I can only be, creative or at my best when I'm when I'm not in a relationship, but you know, if I were to get in another one, it would have to be with a fellow creative person or somebody that has a creative spirit. So, we can kind of go back and forth off of one another and do kind of have that energy. But really, right now, I'm not thinking about that. Being in a relationship right now. I'm not anti-relationship, but I'm not there right now. I don't really need that right now in my life. I don't really feel that in my spirit. That's not where the spirit's moving me. So with that being said, speaking of spirits moving, let's move on to these topics because I'm only so interesting for so long. You guys didn't come here for me and my business. You guys came here for the tea. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to first talk about there was a versus battle with D'Angelo and Friends. And I didn't hear too many people talking about it or whatever. It kind of came and went like a fart. People was wondering like, who are the friends? It was tens of people wondering who are the friends? Who are these friends that are coming through? Well, it was her, the singer, her. That's it. That's all that I know that came through. D'Angelo looked high to me. He was lip syncing a lot, and then he wasn't lip syncing along with the track. This is what I saw. Now, if you all saw something different, you know what I'm saying, then drop down in the comments or email me, hit me up on my social medias, let me know what you saw. Because what these two eyes saw was a man who seemed a bit disheveled. Disheveled. He was a little yeah. Um you know it, D'Angelo's one of those artists where like, he can come and go as he pleases and the people will love it. So I think he hasn't released anything since 2014 if I'm not mistaken. That Black Messiah album, but he could drop something today and it would be a hit. D'Angelo's one of those people where like he don't have to even look a certain way. Like people like his vibe. So D'Angelo will be okay. Um that's one thing he didn't come to give us a fashion statement. He got up there in that coon skin coat and that Pharrell hat and some orthopedic Chelsea boots, and he said, "I'm going to give you a versus." He kept that coat on the whole time. I know the must and the steam and the funk that rose up because he was moving around, and then I know there's lights. I'm trying to figure out, is this background like CGI or was it really like that? Because that background looked so animated to me. It looked like he was in front of a green screen, but then when I look at the picture, it looked like it could have been live. I don't know. I don't know, baby. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, shout out to D'Angelo. I don't really have nothing crazy or negative to say about him. He doesn't really give you a reason to be shady to him because we don't really be seeing him. Okay, so he's not really in the news. Ooh, child, D'Angelo made me yawn. Let us move on to another topic. I can't be on here yawning, child. That is, tell me where that's professional. Tell me, show me. It's not. So we're gonna move on, baby. That's when you gotta move on when the topic make you yawn. Okay, and speaking of yawning, um, okay, so anyway, uh, K. Michelle and Wendy Williams had an exchange this past week after the Cincinnati Bengals fullback Wendy Williams said that K. Michelle's former butt implants spurted out rich ribbons of silicone upon Idris Elba's fine British sheets. Now, for those of you who don't know, Idris Elba and K. Michelle had a romance. They used to be together. Um, and what made Wendy say this is because remember y'all, I was telling y'all last week how K Michelle's butt cheeks had fainted on the live. I guess they had she was shaking it and they had slipped out of their her cheeks had slipped out of their protective casing and it was like flabby. It was like, they collapsed. And so Wendy had made that comment as a result of that. And then K Michelle wrote this long diatribe on Instagram of, her response to Wendy. She said, I'll read it for y'all because I know y'all told me y'all weren't going to read it. And I know you didn't read it. I know you didn't. It's okay. I'll read it for you. K. Michelle said, if you're going to report the story, um, if you're going to report the story, report the whole thing, blogs. She said this. You needed a story that bad, huh? You couldn't post this part of the positive side. I will not be going off on another black woman. I no longer get paid to do that. She cracked her jokes like much of you and said what she said. I knew when I stepped out to help and wanted to teach women it wasn't going to be an easy battle. I decided to be transparent and at least try to help a young woman be better than me. I've never ran from my wrongs or rights, always stood 10 toes down on always stood 10 toes down or not at all. You don't have to like me, but in this, you will respect the courage and truth I've been willing to confront in front of you. I could have hid everything but it's my truth. No fear. The test of true character. It's not what you do when it's convenient, but what you do when it's uncomfortable. I have a gift, and you can't take that from me. I've decided to use it for something bigger. Okay, girl. Before I read any more of that, um, it's not philosophical. Your ass fell apart on the live. Okay, you reached back, you tried to pick it up, but we saw it already. Okay, this is what Rashida told you would happen when you threw that candle at her on Love and Hip Hop. Okay, but luckily you had the coin to get the lethal part of it removed from you and your thighs and everything. And here we are today. Now you have some extra fat and skin from, years of your butt being stretched out. And now you have to get that removed too, which I'm sure you will. Um, but yeah, it's not you really went into it and made it like be deeper than what it was. It was like another paragraph or so worth. I'm not gonna read all that. I see why y'all didn't read it. I'm not gonna read it either because I'm not like your ass collapsing doesn't require an essay. Okay. And it's good that you're not doing reality TV anymore, K Michelle, because you wouldn't be able to read the girls like you used to because people will pull up that footage and talk about how your ass dropped on the live and you would be getting read down, girl. You would have to come hard and you would have to have that body snatched up. You can't be running around here with flabby cheeks and one hip. You have to come hard and you have to come correct the first time. So it's good that you're not doing reality right now. If you do reality TV or if you do television ever again, I would recommend it be scripted. Not that Love and Hip Hop wasn't scripted, but I mean like a sitcom, you know, like playing a character, who's not K Michelle. I think that's the only way you could step in front of a screen again for me. Um, but it's nice that she was being peaceful, with Wendy because the narrative is always to get, buck and wild with Wendy. But the fact that you did not, it's commendable. It's commendable. Um, What else do we have? Since we're talking about love and hip hop, Jeremiah, I want to skip to the story about Bambi real quick. Bambi from Love and Hip Hop is pregnant. I think they're pregnant with baby number three. Yeah, this is baby number three. And I had said that I'm glad that Scrappy and Bambi found something that they were good at, and they're remaining consistent with it, and that's making babies. Um, he tried music, he wasn't consistent with it. The crunk era is 2 decades old now, so you're not coming back with new music scrap as far as that's concerned. And Bambi, what does Bambi even do? What does she have those extensions? Like, yeah, you all need love and hip hop. That's why anything Mona Scott Young say do, like y'all are there and doing it. No matter how uncomfortable y'all are, y'all doing it. So, and I mean I see why. You all are good. You're a good actor and actress duo because you got to be an actor or an actress to be on Love and Hip Hop, any franchise, and you all are good at procreating. That's what's up. I mean, y'all are married. That's what married people do. They love on each other and they have babies. So congratulations. I don't have nothing shady to say. I know the babies will be cute and taken care of, fine and fed. So congratulations to Bambi and Scrappy on their upcoming, new edition. Hey, you got the pain tolerance to keep on going out and getting these mommy makeovers, girl. Go ahead. You better let the doctor cut that body up after you just dropped that baby. I heard now who out here has had a mommy makeover because I heard that the way that they work is like you get a baby. I said you give the baby. You give birth to the baby, and then right after that you go get the mommy makeover. But how can that be? Because the stomach is still protruding from the baby being in there. Isn't that a lot of trauma? Like that's a lot of trauma. Is that true, y'all? Is it true that you get your mommy makeover right after you give birth? Like right after, like just from one table to the other? Because I know there's certain like mommy procedures where they do that. So I don't know. So yeah, so moving on to the next topic, congratulations to them. It was revealed this week. Speaking of actresses, Taraji P. Henson says that she was gutted to take home just 40K for her role on Benjamin Button. Now, Benjamin Button is the Oscar award nominated winning movie from like 10 years ago or whatever, where Brad Pitt played a man who aged in reverse and he was in love with a character played by Kate Blanchett, and I believe they won Oscars or almost won. And then I don't know the history behind the Oscar wins of that movie, but I know Taraji was nominated, and I'm guessing that they felt that she should be grateful because she got to work with Kate Blanchett and Brad Pitt, and they threw her an Oscar nomination. So I guess they feel like she should be grateful with the menial pay. But I'm already knowing that Kate Blanchett and Brad Pitt didn't get no damn 40K for their movie, and it's not like Taraji was a amateur little actress, off the damn street. Like this was a actress, beforehand who won an Oscar already for her song, Hard Out Here for a Pimp. Remember? It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp won an Oscar, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so they played my girl. Uh, the black actresses, the girlies stay getting played. She said that the first time that she even got a check that was worth something, that was 500K, was for a Tyler Perry movie, and it had to be I Can Do Bad All by Myself, because that's the first Tyler Perry movie that I had seen Taraji in. If Is she in other Tyler Perry movies? I don't know, but I know that she was definitely in I Could Do Bad All by Myself, and I think Mary J. Blige was in there too, and she was like a bartender or something. Yo, his music everywhere. Yeah, but I just these people, I try to tell you guys, like, these people aren't as rich as they portray themselves to be, as they are. It's a lot of rentals, it's a lot of leasing, it's a lot of borrowing. Um, you know, and these people work hard. I wonder what was Taraji's pay on Empire, because Lee Daniels don't like to run people their money like he should. Ask Damon Dash over there on the Growing Up Hip Hop New York over on the WeTV. Well, you on WeTV too? Dame needed that money. Hmm. Yeah, but I'm like, Lee Daniels, you got 2 million. You could run that man his coin, and you knew he needed that. But we digress, and we all off tilted and cocked to the side. Um, we are we are gonna take a little break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about more hot topics in the entertainment world, including what's going on with Ti and Tiny this week. Baby, it's getting worse and worse. So make sure that you guys stay tuned here on ATL's Next 100, and you are sipping the Monty, and we'll be right back.
Shorty go jogging every morning, and she make me breakfast almost every morning. And she take a nigga pic before she leave the door. I be waking up the pics before a nigga on it. And every weekend my shorty coming over. Shorty can Fendi out, but she like Fashion Nova. She ain't driving no Camry, she pulling in a Rover. With her hair so curly, I like. She said, what you know about love? I tell you everything. I got what you need. Woke up in the store and get what you want. You get what you please. We bout to get it on. Take off them drawers. It's just you and me. You know what I be on. I'm about to go wrong, cause I like what I see. Look, baby, I said I ain't gon' front. You got my heart beating so fast in words I can't pronounce. And I be getting the chills every time I feel your touch. I be looking at the top and girl, it's only us. All I need is your choice. And girl, I told you once, don't make me tell you twice. I know you see this print through my pants that I know you like. And your ass be looking so fat when it be in them tights. And I'm going straight to the top, so you ain't afraid of heights. You always keep me right, for a fact you never left. Through all the trials and tribulations, always had my best. So here's 5,500, go and get your brush. Start rubbing on your butt, start kissing on your neck. Hate about it, hate about it. Niggas know I had to swing, I had to make a play. I had to apply the pressure, cause you my hidden treasure. I think I'm falling in love. She said, what you know about love? I tell you everything. I got what you need. Woke up in the store and get what you want. You get what you please. We bout to get it on. Take off them drawers. It's just you and me. You know what I be on. I'm about to go wrong, cause I like what I see.
That ain't the baby, that's my baby.
Her friends and her mom hate me. Go. Lay down on the bed, do the cry, baby. She ain't gave me none that puss in a while. She had the boy waiting, I don't mind waiting. Oh, you ain't gon' respond to my text? Oh, yeah. Want me keep on my diamonds with sex? What's your name? Keisha, Key, Jasmine, Kiera, Megan, go, Lisa, Ashley, Sierra, Sarah. She got her hands on her knees with her ass in the air. Who that little bitch a player? If her friends ain't around to record it, she been over, shake that little ass in the mirror. Like, I am. What a nigga gotta do for your number? Shorty came through with that hair so good, I said, fuck it, I ain't using no rubber. Way she make that ass bounce, think I love her. Got that ass in that mouth from her mother. Type to make your bae mad, you in trouble. NBA playoffs, that ass, it's a bubble. Like, come on, throw that ass back.
That ain't the baby, that's my baby.
Her friends and her mom hate me. Go. Lay down on the bed, do the cry, baby. Go. She ain't gave me none that puss in a while. She had the boy waiting, I don't mind waiting. Oh, you ain't gon' respond to my text? Oh, yeah? Want me keep on my diamonds with sex? What's your name?
Real hot girl shit. Lay on my stomach, toot it up, do the cry, baby. Look back, hold it open, now he annihilated. Moaning like a bitch when he hit this pussy. Damn, he probably wanna wear my hoodie. Choke me, spank me, look at me, thank me. If I give it to another nigga, he'll hate me. Spit, slurp, give him that work. Feel too fast for me, now the nigga hurt. Deeper, deeper, I need a reaper. Thought I was in trouble, how you tearing them cheeks up. Keep me a freak, who the flavor of the week. If I make up the rules, then I don't think it's cheating. Jordan, Tommy, Timothy, Daniel, might let Jonathan bring in Sarah. Bitch tryna brag about taking my man. Ha, I needed me a nigga off my hands. Don't fuck me like that, fuck me like this, yeah. Ay, his friends and his dad hate me. I broke his little heart, he a cry, baby. If I ain't let him hit the pussy by now, then that nigga lame if he still waiting. I ain't even saved your number, no, so no, I can't reply to no text. I make him cry about the pussy, probably why my shit so wet.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for coming on back. You are Sippin the Montie. And okay, so baby, what's going on? What is going on with this T.I. and Tiny situation? Okay. So, anyways, this T.I. and Tiny situation is getting deeper because now Nelly's involved. Okay. So somehow new victims came forward and said that T.I. and Tiny said that baby T.I. and Tiny always gonna be Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog to me. But yeah, they just baby. Okay, so look, the girls are saying that they forced Nelly to sleep. They forced them to sleep with Nelly. Two girls are saying that. There was a video that surfaced. A girl said that T.I. put his foot in her. Yes, you heard me. You heard what I said. A foot. So you put your foot in. Okay, so anyway, I know that they over there panicking. You know, I know T.I., you know, aka Kermit and Tiny, aka Miss Piggy, over there probably fighting the air, fighting each other, having all types of little people fights in there. Oh no, Miss Piggy, the charges are mounting against us. I thought you had the girl sign a non-disclosure agreement. You know, and he's got the Kermit the Frog arm. You know, and they're just running around the house chasing each other. What's wrong with me? Oh no, Miss Piggy, the charges are mounting. More and more victims are coming forth, and they have hired Lisa Bloom. Yes, and also T.I. has been removed from his role in Ant-Man 3. That, for those of you who don't know, Ant-Man is a Marvel movie. And the Marvel movies are the number one movies in the world. If you're in a Marvel movie, you hit a big fat lick, and the world's going to see you. And that's another bag drop. So the VH1 has can't postponed, suspended the production of the Family Hustle and Friends show, and now Marvel doesn't want anything to do with you right now. So you're going to be recast. So that's a bag gone. Ti Tiny did, you know, he came forth and said that, he didn't deny that they don't be having the sex parties. Candy don't be denying that they be having the sex parties. Tiny don't be denying that they be having the sex parties. Their argument is that we never made anyone do something that they didn't want to do. So they're going to have to spend the majority of their fortune digging themselves out of this and proving that that they didn't make these girls do things that they didn't want to do. Um, my thing is with this, it's so many loopholes and but some of these loopholes that were there, they're starting to close up because now, in addition to that, um, they there is an investigation that's going to be launched against Ti and Tiny. Um, I'm just wondering, do what do Candy know? Because Candy be throwing and coordinating the freak parties and a part of the freak parties in the freak parties. I think it's a whole freak sex circle down there in the A with the famous folks. That whole little friend group, I think they just be flipping and tossing each other all up and through the A. Um, getting butt giving head in Buckhead. Just I that's what I think. That's the tea I get, is that it's just a big old freak circle, and just it's just a bunch of scissor sisters in that group. You know, what Alexander? I follow a YouTuber, um, Alexander Rogers. He's like my favorite. He would say that they are sisterly sisters scissoring in a circle. Yes, scissor sisters. It's lesbonics. It's all about lesbonics. Um, that's where it starts. It starts lesbonics is the core of all of this. It's lesbonics, and trust me, being a lesbian is not a bad thing. I'm not bashing that. How can I bash something? I'm in the family. Um, it's not that, but we're gonna call a thing. Because if it was a bunch of men at the circle of this and some boys being victimized, you know, it would be a bigger expose. Like, we haven't, while Chris Stokes hasn't been exposed for the person that he is, like he has been, but hasn't gotten the proper steam behind it. But we have been talking about it for years and years and years because it's mainly women at the core of this. We're not talking about it as much. We got Ti out in the front, but Tiny's very much so a part of it. So, well, Tiny didn't really have too much going on as far as business. She just had the Family Hustle show with um Ti, and Escape was working on getting back together. So I guess that's postponed for now. They're going to have to work hard, triple time and a half, to dig themselves out of this hole and prove that what people are saying isn't what they're saying it is. And let's go back to Nelly, because this is the third time, I want to say, in like the last 2, 3 years that Nelly's name has come up in sexual misconduct and forcing women into sexual situations that they don't want to be in. Each time he settles, out of court or he gets somebody else, you know what I'm saying, to take the fall. But this will be the third time. So I'm looking at you, Nelly, like, where is smoke is fire, and this keep happening. So like, what's really going on? You know what I mean? Um, Nelly. Um, that's it's all disappointing because my thing is, I'm not saying that none of the girls are lying because I'm not here to victim blame. I won't be doing that on none of my platforms. You won't catch me doing that. I'll say nothing before I do that. People will be like, "Oh, why didn't you talk about this story? Why didn't you do that?" Like, I wasn't about to get on here and possibly blame somebody that could possibly be a victim, so I just didn't talk about it at all. And I'm only talking about this because it's a big crazy story about two well-known people that we've known for so long. Um, so I just you know I I'm hoping that, I'm not saying that none of the girls are lying. I wouldn't say that. I'm hoping it's not true for the simple fact that I would hope that, nobody has been traumatized like that. And I would hope that nobody would make up something like that when it's people that's really out here that are going through that currently and have gone through that in the past. Now I know some sick people in the world, and it's some people with some true dysfunctions that wouldn't mind, making some things up like that because they're sick. But when it's 30 plus people, somebody's not lying. And that's just where we are right now. That's just what it is. One of them girls, baby, one of the girls is not lying. Okay. So we got that on that. So we are going to, move on, because that's kind of a tragic, deep story. And as you know, as we've been talking about as we've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks, I'll keep you updated on everything that I hear. So that's the new developments on it this week. Ti is out at Marvel. Ti and Tiny are still suspended from VH1. Nelly's involved, and there is going to be an investigation launched against them. So that's the roundup and the gist of that story. Now, before we go any further in this broadcast, I want to send a special thank you to our sponsor for the evening. And our sponsor for this evening is Warm Ice Cream. Warm Ice Cream. Uh, do you like a bowl of the cool, creamy stuff, but can't stand the chattering cold on your teeth? Well, bring it on down to the station and let us warm it up for you. Warm Ice Cream. All right, moving on. Speaking of underpaid actresses in the industry of the African American nature, we have Mad TV alumni and the maker of the whole show, Deborah Wilson, stating that she was being paid less than new white male actors, and she had been there for 8 years. Now, for those of you who don't know who Deborah Wilson is or Mad TV, if you might be a little younger and you're not from that generation, I definitely encourage you to look up Deborah Wilson, Mad TV, Mariah Carey, Deborah Wilson, Mad TV, Whitney Houston. The lady was just her sketches as Oprah. Um, the lady was just, oh my goodness, like gut wrenching laughter, like tears. Um, you know, I don't tolerate Whitney Houston disrespect, but I must say that when Deborah Wilson would play Whitney Houston, I just It was just devastatingly funny. Um, okay, so anyway, now that I've got my fan gush out, I would actually like to interview her and talk to her just to thank her for her contribution to comedy. Um, as far as like sketch comedy shows, her and Kim Wans are like the best to do it. As far as the black girlies, hands down, no, none have compared. None will. Um, so Deborah said that she did an interview with Comedy Hype over on YouTube, I believe. Go over and check out their content. They got some good informative stuff about your favorite black comedians and actors. They did an interview with her, and she stated that she was being paid less than her white male counterparts that had just arrived on the scene, and she had been on the show for years and years, and contributed what she contributed to it, and gave what she gave, and served what she served, and got the laughs that she got, and she was getting paid pennies on the dollar in comparison to what these new men were making that weren't really giving. Now, she said that had they pulled her to the side and given her a raise, even if it wasn't you know at or more than what they were doing, but just a raise to show her like, hey, you're appreciated, she would have stayed. But they wouldn't give her a raise, so she left, and I'm glad that she left. I'm glad that she knew her worth. Um, and my selfish needs, would have wanted her to stay on the show till it went off, but looking at it now and the morality of it all, uh, I'm definitely happy that my sis you know, got it together and discovered her worth. And yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I still love her. She still looks great. I could tell the talent's still there. Um, you know, I would like to see her play Wendy Williams. I think she would do a good Wendy. I think she would do a good Wendy, a good current day Wendy. I would like to see it. Uh, I hope that she gets some type of role or cast, or you know what if we could get like a new sketch comedy show with an all black cast or a majority black cast, like like a modern day version of In Living Color. I would try out, baby. I would give it everything I had. I would be in there. I'd be like, y'all want me to cut off the beard? I'll cut it off. I'll cut it off. But I'm not gonna cut it off until you approve me. If I'm gonna be on the cast, yep, I'll cut it off. I just I think that would be fun. I just think those damn Instagram comedians would beat me to it. But they're all the same. It's like, okay, oh, you guys are wearing your wigs and you're playing your ghetto girls, but then there's me, and I would be a different type of comedy. I'd bring something else. I would definitely enjoy that. I would definitely pick up my bags and relocate. I would jump on that opportunity so fast. Oh my goodness. I would just mm-mm-mm. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. But let me get out of my head. Yeah, so Deborah Wilson, shout out to her. Um, I want to give a quick congratulations too before we go on our next break. Andra Day, Daniel Kalua, and the late Chadwick Boseman, all three of them won Golden Globe Awards. Chadwick for Best Actor in the Ma Rainey film. Um, Daniel for the Judas and the Black Priest movie, and Andra Day for her role as Billie Holiday. I'm hearing that Billie Holiday movie was really good, so I got to check it out. I hear she really just ate it up. So I'm definitely going to, support sis and go down to the Amazon Prime and check that out. But congratulations to them. Congratulations to Chadwick. Sorry that he couldn't, be here to reap in that, But, I think I'm glad that we did get a chance to bring him his flowers while he was here and show him that we did value him as a young black king. We just thought we had more time with him. We didn't know. But I'm glad that we did bring him his flowers while he were here. We still continue to bring him to him. So we could be, we could smile and be happy in that. Anyways, we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to have more news, including, for some reason, Azalea Banks. And we're also going to do a Housewives review as well. So stay tuned. Don't go away. You are tuned into ATL's Next 100, and you are sipping the Monty.
Down on the beat.
Like you, like you, like you. Ooh, I found it hard to find someone like you, like you, like you. Send your location, come. I can't sleep no more in my head. We belong and I can't be without you. I can't find no one like you. Can't sleep no more in my head. We belong and I can't be without you. I can't find no one like you. Baby, we tried to fight it. We all been there some days. Thought I needed something else and acted like I was okay. We just had to work it out. And baby, I needed space. Ain't nobody around here on your level. You're so far away. You're pouring your heart out. I'm acting like I knew. You held me so down I never grew. I tried to find out when none of them came through. And now I'm stuck in the middle. And baby, I had to pull me out. Oh, like you, like you. Ooh, I found it hard to find someone like you, like you, like you. Send your location.
Yeah, damn papa, you a rare breed, no comparing. And it's motherfucking scary. Tryna keep them cause I found them. Let a hoe know I ain't motherfucking sharing. I could take you to the parents, then the party. Plan a motherfucking wedding. You the type of one to marry, and keep it married. I put the ring on when you're ready. We play our fantasies out in real life ways. And no final fantasy, can we end these games though? You give me energy, make me feel lightweight. Like a birds of a feather, baby, we real life made for each other. And it's hard to keep my cool when other bitches tryna get with my dude.
bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you fucking? 2 shots, fuck it, bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you fucking? 2 shots, fuck it. Throw it like a stripper, damn. Throw it like a stripper, ayy. Throw it like a stripper, damn. Tell her on the tip, ayy. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you fucking? 2 shots, fuck it. Real slim waist with a body on me. Goddamn, I'm popping, I'm hot. Real thick bands in the motherfucker pants. He was staying for my stand, so I took him to the spot. I don't wanna talk, I wanna be in your mouth. Tell that nigga get out, he ain't packing with a Glock. Begging for a dance, he ain't even get a chance. Throw it back and let it land, ain't no begging me to stop. Bitch, ate the pussy up on Tuesday. Back in the side, yo, 2 ways. Give me that top like 2 pay. Slurping on the pussy like Kool-Aid. One don't be enough, I need 2 bays. Nigga down my throat like do say. Lick on the tip like Bruce Lee. Nigga, I'ma do whatever you say. Now watch, bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you fucking? 2 shots, fuck it, bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you fucking? 2 shots, fuck it. Throw it like a stripper, damn. Throw it like a stripper, ayy. Throw it like a stripper, damn. Tell her on the tip, ayy. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you fucking? 2 shots, fuck it. Drop it down low and pick it up, ayy. You know I don't never give a fuck, ayy. Nigga looking at me in the club, ayy. He gon' have to throw a couple dubs, ayy. I don't even wanna much talk to the nigga. Why he always tryna come and see what's up? Brown liquor all in your cup, ayy. Say he wanna put it in my gut, nigga couldn't make it to the club, so I'ma throw it back on FaceTime. I don't never be on no Tinder, and I don't never be on no date line. Told me I could have a couple racks, shit. Told him I'ma need a belt, 8, 9. Got a nigga you ain't never seen yet, cause I ain't never with him in a date. Shine out, watch, bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you fucking? 2 shots, fuck it, bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you fucking? 2 shots, fuck it. Throw it like a stripper, damn. Throw it like a stripper, ayy. Throw it like a stripper, damn. Tell her on the tip, ayy. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Is you fucking? 2 shots, fuck it.
Little surprise face that I was looking in my phone and some stuff in. Yeah. So, anyways, where did we leave off? Okay. So, anyways, Azalea Banks. Okay. So, Azalea Banks had revealed last, like, this weekend, I think I want to say, that she had got engaged to some Jewish man named Ryder Rips. I don't know. She was saying his name like we were supposed to know who he is. We don't know who that is, sis. We don't know who that is. We don't know who that little white boy is, baby. But she said that, like, literally, like 2 days after she announced the engagement, Ophelia Banks had posted in her Instagram story, LOL, I just dumped at Ryder Rips. He's too insecure for the wildly creative she-wolf in me. I'm keeping the menorah ring, though. He gave her a brass ring with a menorah in it. I think it was his grandmother's ring. So she says she's keeping that. And then she also released the list of people that are her favorite people on Instagram, and he was one of them. So I'm confused. And then for you to sit up here and say somebody is insecure That's the real gag. Um, that's the gag for me. Because Little Miss Skin Bleach. Uh, let's see. You wouldn't do an album or a promo cover with your, oh well, maybe you would do one bald. I don't know. Let me stop talking crazy about this lady before she cast a spell on me. Me and her had a little exchange online before, and she was actually nice to me. So, like, I always shout her out for that because we could have had a wild exchange because I was in the comments section back in the day on Love B. Scott's Facebook page, and even he had chimed in, and he don't ever be commenting on nothing. And he even had chimed in the comments. The comments was going up. It was like 1,000 comments in there. I said, wasn't nobody checking for her. Something about she was as irrelevant as rice cakes are on the food pyramid, and that was an old got to be real read. And people just thought that was funny. And there was a couple gays in there. Oh my God, that's from Got to Be Real. I'm like, you don't think I know that? So, anyways, anyways, she had dropped down in the comments and she was like, everybody's checking for me, baby. And I was like, I didn't say any. She was not. She was like, no, everybody's checking for me, honey, do drop. And then I was just kind of like, um. I was like, she could have got real wild and mad disrespectful, but she didn't. So then after that, I had kind of turned down on her. But then time went on, and then I got my own platform that was not B Scott's comment section anymore. And here I am today calling her Ophelia Banks. So maybe maybe I should turn down a little bit because I don't want her putting no hex on me. You ain't gonna dig up your dead cat and boil it down in a crock pot and do whatever kind of spell that girl, like, no, we ain't got no beef. You ain't never did nothing to me. Mm-mm. We just gonna leave you where you at. um, I know you into some things. Why don't you cast you a spell so you can have a comeback in your career and your music can sell and pop? Maybe she just don't want it. Because if I did all that stuff, I'll be like, I'll just be casting money spells. That's it. That's it. I don't care about what nobody else got going on, who like me, who don't. Who what the next person got, what the next person sleeping with, or they sleeping with your man. Let's sleep with them, take them. I'm over here casting money spells. That's it. That's it. That's strictly what I would use my powers for. I wouldn't care. Like, let me cast a rent spell. Let me cast a light bill spell. Let me cast a car note spell. Like, bitch, that's it. Let me cast the disposable income spell. Let me cast the savings account spell. A 401k spell. A lottery spell. Like, baby, it wouldn't be nothing. I wouldn't. I'd be in a bubble. But Azalea, good luck. I just don't think that she's equipped to be in a relationship with another living organism. I don't think she can hold that down. I think she needs to be alone. I think she needs to be alone. I think that's what's best for her. That's what's best for me, honestly, because I'm a natural loner. I thrive when I'm solo. Like, that's when I'm at my absolute best. Don't get me wrong. When I love people, I love them and I love them around. I have my certain people that I love to, have in my space, but it's not a lot of them. But if it's not them, then I prefer to be alone. Uh but with that being said, um, because this isn't the let's talk about Monty hour. This is the Monty talk to us hour. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna skip this story, Jeremiah, and swap it out with the Players Club story. Okay, so apparently, um, there's talk of a Players Club reboot, the classic movie from 1996, 97, I want to say, where Lisa Ray played Diamond. A pretty little stripper girl, and Ronnie, the ghetto veteran in the club, and Ebony, cousin Ebony, little thoughtly Ebony. Uh, okay, so anyways, there's talk of a reboot, and Drea Michelle from Basketball Wives fame stated interest in wanting to play the part of Diamond, and then Jocelyn Hernandez said, "No, I be best for parts and role. See me part." And I could see Drea as Diamond and Jocelyn as Ronnie, but Jocelyn would have to get her diction together. I could see Cardi B as Ronnie too. That's the one. That's the one. Or Megan as Ronnie. Oh, because she got that like aggression to her. It would be Cardi. It would be Cardi or Megan in that role. Um, yeah, yeah, but Lisa Ray. Okay, so Lisa Ray. Miss Lisa got that show over on Fox Soul, Queens with Cocktails, Queens and Cocktails. So I guess they had asked her what she had thought about it, and she had said that one of them could play the part of cubic zirconia, but they don't give her diamond vibes. Yikes. Part of me thinks that Lisa Ray just doesn't want it to be a reboot because Players Club is what she's known for. Lisa Ray don't really have a big body of work. What was it? Lisa Ray was in like 3 movies ever. So she probably don't want the one thing that's, what people know her for to possibly be done over. And there's a chance it could be done better, and somebody could know the next girl for that role over you. And that's the one thing we really know you for. So I think part of that's going through Lisa's head. I think part of her is like, damn, I really can't play that part no more. So I think part of it is that. And I think part of it is just that, like, you know, that she probably wants to leave a classic a classic. It is a classic in our culture. We have Coming to America, which we're getting a sequel to on Friday over on Amazon Prime. I'll be talking to you guys about that when we meet on Thursday. I said Thursday, Wednesday next week. Um, we've got the Fridays, Soul Food, Best Man, The Woods, Loving Basketball, all those. Love Jones, yeah, and Players Club, just to name a few. And I don't know if I want my classic altered. It's, we don't mind the reboots when the people from the original are in it, but to do a reboot with new people, I don't know. I don't know if I feel that energy. So anyways, moving on. Jeremiah, I wanted to talk about the last Housewives story first, and then we'll talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. So it's this new, like, little pretty, fair skinned girl that's going to be on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Her name is Mia Thornton. I believe that's how you say her name, Thornton. Uh, she's said to be the new addition since Monique isn't coming back, and they're working to figure out what the plot line is going to be because I guess this upcoming season was going to be very Monique Samuels heavy. So, with that being said, and it was speculated that they were bringing back Monique as a friend of the show, and that's why she declined the contract. But I don't think that they were bringing her back as a friend. I think they were bringing her back full time because you don't build whole plot lines around the friend of the show, right? And the whole season was going to be a Monique season, and she said, "Oh no, not again. We're not going to do that again." And then when I react, you silence me for the year. She said, "Nope, nope, nope. Figure it out. You got to work on something else." So I don't know what this girl's gonna bring. I think she has like a beauty brand and stuff like that, makeup, something, something. Um, so will I be watching to see what she gives? I don't know. It depends. If it's some good TV on, other than that, I'll be watching that. I'm not really too keen on supporting Bravo too much after the way Andy showed his ass at that reunion towards Monique Samuels. It just made me look at him differently, and it's hard kind of to support his projects. That's just where I am right now. So if you can show me otherwise and prove otherwise, then maybe I'll begin to think about entertaining the thought of possibly giving him another chance. But until then, no. That's why I haven't really been watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta like that. But these last two episodes are what we've been hearing about pretty much for going on a year. Okay, so the girls got their peaches cobbled by the stripper man over in the Real Lesbians of Atlanta. Somebody got mad at me for calling them that, the Real Lesbians of Atlanta. Now, the only reason I called them that was because when those cameras and those lights went off, they was down there eating each other. Portia was running around talking about somebody gonna eat me tonight. And then I guess her and the girl Latoya were kissing, her and Shamia were kissing, Cynthia was watching. Cynthia had the vibrating panties on that Candy was controlling with a remote. Kenya was busting it open for everybody down in the foyer. It was Alexander Rogers again from YouTube. Lesbonics. It was all lesbonics. All of it was lesbonics. And people got mad at me for saying this. And my point was, okay, let's say that this was the Real Husbands of Atlanta, and they went on a guy's trip for a bachelor party, and the wives were at home. And let's say one of the friends had a vibrating cock ring, and the other one was controlling it with a remote control. And one of the guys went around, somebody gonna suck me tonight. And then one of the friends was sucking on him. One of the male friends was sucking on him, and then two of the male friends are making out. And because Tanya, the way they're saying it is that Tanya was playing in Portia's puss while getting her back blown out by Bolo, the stripper. So, if that was the role was reversed and it was men, we'll be talking about this for the rest of our lives, and this would be the big news of the big news. But because it's women, it's lesbonics. Nobody's saying anything, but it's lesbonics. And we have to talk about it equally. We have to talk about it the same. We have to give them the same energy that we give the men. Because if it was men doing this, I'd be on here talking about it. You will be talking about it. Your friends will be talking about it. Your friends' friends will be talking about it. The person on the back of the bus talking about it. So we have to call a thing, and we have to keep it equal across the board. It was lesbonics. People were saying also that Kenya was doing too much. She was bitter. She was upset that no one wanted to play in her peach. No one wanted to cobble her peaches. Her man doesn't want her, and divorce this and alimony that. and this is what she gets. Um, I don't think it's that deep. I think Kenya's main focus. I think Kenya shows up to work when those cameras are on, and she gives production what they need, and then she goes home. I don't think that she thinks that heavily or that seriously about any of those girls that she feuds with. When the cameras are off, I think she can either see you out and walk right past you, or speak to you and keep moving. I don't think that she takes it that seriously. I don't think that she holds that against the people. I think the feuds are for the camera. And I think that's why she goes so hard on the camera. We got to remember she is an actress. Also, you know, people are saying like, oh, she did too much. It was a girls' trip. Where was the girls' code? She shouldn't have said nothing. Now, what happened at the bachelorette party stayed at the bachelorette party. Like, okay, let's just say that she kept quiet, and then all the cameras was off, and then none of the footage was shown. This would be the boringest season of this show in the history of this show, and that's including season 1. And this will be on the brink of getting canceled. Um, you know, at the expense of looking like an ass, I think Kenya has taken one for the team and has decided to give some type of life into the show, because has she not, if not, then what will we have? I don't know. We're gonna go on a quick break. I don't want to make y'all mad. The people. All the people hate Kenya. I don't want people to talk about, oh, you love Kenya. We hate you too. Don't be hating me. Y'all hate her. Y'all don't hate me. Leave me out of it. I'm just reporting the news. Anyway, we're gonna go to a break, and we're gonna come back and conclude the tea. So don't go away. We'll be right back here on ATL's Next 100.
That my best friend, she a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in. Beep, beep. Is that my bestie in a tessie? Fresh blowout, skin on town, she ready. Bitch, you look good with a T at the end. I'm a hyper every time, not my motherfucking friend. She been down since the jellies and the bobos. Now me stepping out the Jeep and my nut lows. When we pull up to the scene, they be filled with jealousy. If a bitch get finicky, she gon' bring the energy. I hit a phone with a T like, bitch, guess what? All the rich ass boys wanna fuck on us. I just ass sitting up, you could look, don't touch. And I'm back bustin' bands every time we link up.
That my best friend, she a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in.
That my best friend, if you need a freak, I ain't dumb but motherfucker, she my Tweedledee. If she ride for me, she don't need a key. If you sideways, she'll straighten you if need to be. And she so bad that I just can't take that bitch nowhere. She off her fish, I said, don't go there. Bitch, break her back, she protect and attack. Get that strap, let them buckle, foot on neck, give no air. Whole world wanna be us. Then my main bitch, she my day one. On my way, bitch, let you get drunk and celebrate. Cause we the baddest in the club, that's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in hot. Best friend, you the baddest and you know it. Uh-oh, girl, I think our booty growing. Fuck it up in the mirror, hit them poses. Best friends and you motherfucking glowing. Best friends and your wrist is like it's frozen. Uh-oh, girl, I think our booty growing. Fuck it up in the mirror, hit them poses. Best friend, you my motherfucking soulmate.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sippin the Montie. All right, before we head on out, I also, since we were talking about housewives, I want to say that I'm just reading this from the Jasmine brand, that Real Housewives of Atlanta producers allegedly want to cast a female comedian. They're feeling the pinch from Nene being gone. That's all that is. They want to cast a female comedian. I mean, hey, try something new, shake things up, do something, because the show's ending. It's only going to be on for a couple more years anyway. Just let's close it out with a bang. Get somebody cute and funny. That's not Tiffany Haddish. Don't you do don't Andy don't you do it. Okay. Anyways, that concludes that. That concludes our show for tonight. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank our sponsor, Warm Ice Cream. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. And if you're not watching this live, I want to thank you for watching it on whichever platform you decided to watch it on, whether it be YouTube or you're listening back to it. I want to thank you for it all. It's all appreciated. It's all loved. And it's all keeping me going. So until next time, guys, I want you to make sure that you are staying safe, you are washing your hands, you're wearing your mask, and you're not putting eggs in the crab boils. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you here at the same time next week here on ATL's Next 100. You have sipped the Monty.
Let's get right to work. Work, 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 work. Work, 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 work. Work, 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 work. Work. Let's get right to work.